The pruning of spring flowering shrubs, those that bloom in April, May, early June, is a daunting task and a daunting thought, but it is actually fairly straightforward. This is a deutzia, or deutzia, depending on where you were born and brought up. So deutzia, weigela, Philadelphus mock orange, all of them flower in late spring, early summer, and then it's a case of tackling them with a pair of secateurs. To do what, you ask? Well, to take out the wood which has flowered, which is getting older, and to leave the newer wood, which has grown up this spring and early summer, which is going to carry next year's flowers. Spring flowering shrubs tend to flower on wood which is at least a year old, sometimes two, and when it has flowered, it starts to clog up the shrub and you can take it out. Here's a classic example, a very straightforward bit of removal. This has had flowers, you can see them there. This is a new shoot coming off that stem, so just snip off the flowered one, there's another one down there below, and take it off back to that bud there. We've ended up with a stem here which has got 3 new shoots on it, and they hopefully are going to flower next year. What we can do now is to take out more of that flowered wood, leaving the lovely young ones here, but also to thin out the centre and let in those 2 vital ingredients, light and air. But make sure the ones you cut out have carried flowers, are older, and then we'll leave the newer stuff, which will so much enjoy life, having been given a bit of a haircut of its elder relatives. You can see here now I've got a lot of young growth, but I do need to thin out the centre. There's a lot of old growth in there which is overcrowding these younger shoots coming up. So I'm going in, diving into here to take out 1 or 2 of them completely. Right, you see it's got the odd bit of new on it, but the vast majority of that is old, and I can afford to relinquish that in the interest of letting younger stuff come up around it. Now you might say, why don't you just go over the entire shrub and just cut it all back? Then you'll get lots of young growth. Yes, you will, but you won't get any flowers at all, at least for a year or 2. So it's much better to do this renewal pruning, taking out some of the flowered wood, thinning out the older growth, and allowing this new stuff to have light and air and a greater ability to flower next year. And then hopefully this deutzia, it'll feel a spring in its step and have a new lease of life.